Hello, hello, Christina here with NursingSchoolofSuccess.com, and in this video today, we are talking about how to write a nursing diagnosis. So specifically the nursing diagnosis part for your nursing school care plans. So we haven't really talked about this much before, so we're just going to cover this kind of slice of your care plans, that how to write a nursing diagnosis. So first of all, I want to say thank you so much. We reached 2,000 subscribers over the weekend, and that is completely because of you. Thank you so much for all your support for this channel and everything that we do here. It is just so much fun for me to come and just hang out with you all the time, every week, every Tuesday and Thursday when we post new videos. So I feel so blessed and just humbled that you've chosen to spend your time here with me today. Oh, and always. So thank you so much for that. I do have free care plans to give you. So there's a link down below to some free nursing school care plans, as well as a nursing care plan template for you to use. So you've got to download this if you have not already. Definitely click the link below in the description to download this care plan template, because it literally walks you through how to write a care plan in nursing school. So that's going to help you out so much. So let's talk about the nursing diagnosis part of the nursing care plan. Now, the first thing I want to mention is this amazing book right here. This is the Nursing Diagnosis Handbook by Ackley and Ladebrook. This is the older edition. There is a newer edition on Amazon, but I recommend that you get it on Amazon or go to your library and pick one up, something, either this one or something similar to it, or, you know, pop in a Barnes & Noble and plop a seat down and go through their book, one that they have there. If you don't want to buy it, you know, just get access to it somehow, because this book will basically write your care plans for you. So I did pop an affiliate link down below to this book in the description. That will take you to Amazon. That is an affiliate link. So just a little disclaimer here, I will receive a small commission if you do decide to purchase this book through my affiliate link. So thank you so much for your support on that. Of course, I'm not shady or anything or sketchy or anything. So you know that I love this book 1000%. Like, it literally, guys, will write your care plans for you. So it's Nursing Diagnosis Handbook by Ackley and Ladebrook. So basically how this works and how nursing diagnosis statements work is that they are kind of structured in a PES format. You may or may not have heard that before. I know some nursing schools actually don't really use that kind of structure, but it is the structure. So problem, etiology, signs and symptoms, or symptoms. So PES, problem, etiology, and then signs or symptoms. So when you look at your nursing school care plan, that nursing diagnosis is structured that way. PES, you have the problem, you have the etiology. Etiology means the cause. What is causing that problem? What's causing that problem to be happening, that nursing diagnosis, you see? And then that S is the signs and symptoms. So the signs and symptoms is what you assess for with your patient. So let's walk through each of these to kind of clarify everything for you. And as I do this, I'm actually going to be walking through kind of the book to show you how the book actually corresponds to this. So the first thing is that problem statement. So the problem statement is literally the NANDA nursing diagnosis. So if you're not familiar with NANDA, that is the standard. This is a NANDA book. So it has the NANDA nursing diagnoses. The NANDA nursing diagnoses are standardized nursing diagnoses. You can't just go to your nursing school clinical, or go to a hospital somewhere and just make up a nursing diagnosis. No, it doesn't work that way. They are actually standardized. There's a whole list of them, and they change regularly. So that's why you really got to have kind of an updated resource. A book like this is really helpful, because actually on the inside cover here, it has all of the nursing diagnoses from when this book was published. So that's what makes it super nice and handy and really easy for you, because literally all you need to do is look at that book, look at the list, go through all the problem statements, those NANDA nursing diagnoses, to pick one out that fits your patient best. So that's all you have to do. I know nursing students really make this more complicated than it needs to be. I know I'm actually raising both hands, because that was totally me. I really wanted to overcomplicate this. And it's really not as bad as you think it is. So that's the only thing that you've got to do for this problem section of the PES statement. That problem is the NANDA International Nursing Diagnosis. So just look at your book, flip that inside cover, and pick one, because there's a whole list of them here. So just pick whatever one fits your patient the best. Now, the next section of this PES statement, that nursing diagnosis, is the etiology. Now here, my friend, here it is. Here's the zinger. This is really where most nursing students get confused and where I see points lost for nursing students on their nursing school care plans. This etiology statement is the trickier one of the three. So etiology, how I like to think of it and how I encourage you to think about it, is the pathophysiology. Now here's why, is because that etiology needs to get to the root cause of the problem. Now your problem is the nursing diagnosis, but this etiology is the pathophysiology, or the cause of the nursing diagnosis, which is why I actually really recommend that you really try to think of how the pathophysiology relates to that problem. It could be something else, like environmental or something else. It could be, sure, but more often than not, I'm going to say that that etiology statement, that problem, the nursing diagnosis, is connected to pathophysiology in some way. So let's say you have a med-surg disorder. Let's for example, let's put diabetes. Let's talk about diabetes. So diabetes type 2, let's talk about, you've picked your NANDA nursing diagnosis, so you've got that for your care plan, you have your problem statement. So pathophysiology for diabetes could be something like impaired insulin, or not impaired insulin resistance, but insulin resistance, or impaired insulin production, something like that. That is the cause, that is the pathophysiology, that is the etiology. You see what I'm saying? So the etiology for this nursing diagnosis is the cause. You must get to the root cause of what is actually causing that problem. What is causing that NANDA nursing diagnosis that you chose for your patient? What's causing that actual problem? Now, here's why this is really, really important. This is really important because we want to fix, as nurses, as nursing students, we want to fix the actual cause of what's going on. It wouldn't be very good for the patient if we just, every patient we had, just slap a Band-Aid on their signs and symptoms, right? We want to actually fix the cause. Like if we had a patient with diabetes and all we ever did was fix their insulin or fix their glucose regulation or anything, that's not really going to happen. We actually have to fix like their lifestyle, their diet, everything that's going on. Those factors are actually going to impact them actually fixing that pathophysiology. You see what I'm saying? So we actually have to get to the root cause and fix that, not just slapping a Band-Aid over the signs and symptoms, or else they're just going to end up back and forth into the hospital again and again, or into clinics or whatever, and having the same issues over and over again. We don't want that. We actually have to fix the underlying cause. So that's the etiology, the pathophysiology of that problem or the disorder or whatever that your patient's facing. So you've got your problem part of the PES statement for your nursing care plan. You've got the etiology, which is that E, the etiology, which is the cause. And I really, really, really want to challenge you to find a pathophysiological cause, that answer there for that etiology statement. Because more often than not, I'm going to throw this out here and say that the majority of the time in your nursing school care plans, it really should be a pathophysiological cause for that etiology statement. Those are really big words. So etiology, guys, just means cause. That's it. Like, just cause. Like, what is actually causing this? That's what etiology means. So I just really want to challenge you to find something that's related to the pathophysiology, because more often than not, I'm just going to throw that out there, as you know, it may or may not be true, but in my mind, like more often than not, that pathophysiology is going to be related to that etiology somehow. So that pathophysiology is actually going to be the cause that you're looking for. At least that's what I've seen. So I really want to challenge you to do that. Now, here's also where this is really, really, really nice. If you are starting nursing school and every single time you do a care plan, you are looking for pathophysiology, You're thinking about the pathophysiology as you do your care plans. You are, every single time you have a patient, you're thinking in your mind, what is going on with them inside their body? Like, what is that pathophysiology? You, my friend, my beautiful, glorious nursing student friend, are going to just thrive. The more and more you progress in your program, if you have taught yourself, if you have trained yourself to think of that pathophysiology as you go every time you write a care plan, girlfriend, you are going to be light years ahead of everyone else in your class. I tell you what. Because every time you've really trained yourself to critically think through all of those problems that you see at clinical. So every time you write a care plan, if you are actually thinking about what is going on with my patient, what's the underlying cause, what's the pathophysiology behind this, that is really, 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 really going to help you as you go through nursing school so you can critically think through everything. Does that make sense? I hope that's all making sense. So that is the problem part, the nursing diagnosis, NANDA nursing diagnosis. All you have to do, get this beautiful book, the Nursing Diagnosis Handbook, flip to the inside cover. That's it. That's all you have to do. Big, beautiful, everything is on there for you. All of those NANDA nursing diagnoses are there for you. So that's all you have to do for step number 1. Just pick one that fits your patient. Now, step number 2 is to actually find that etiology. What is the underlying pathophysiology that relates to the NANDA nursing diagnosis that you just chose from the inside cover of your book? So that is it. And then actually, what's super also handy is when you flip, let's see, acute confusion. No, I want risk for contamination. Let's choose something else. Let's see. Ooh, yes, diarrhea. That's always fun. So here in this, so nursing diagnosis of diarrhea here in the book is related to factors. So that is what you are looking for, is the related to factor. I hope you can see that, because like literally it walks you through in the book the related to factor, which is that pathophysiology. That's that cause, that etiology. So, here there's several, the pathophysiological cause. So for that etiology, that cause, it's called the related to or the RT factor. So all you have to do, friend, is open your book and find that related to factor. See what I'm telling you? This book literally writes your care plans for you. It's really nice. And it really helps you think through everything. So that is that related to factor, that pathophysiology, that etiology, or that cause. I know it has a lot of different words. All right, so now the last section of the PES statement is the S. That is the signs and symptoms, or the symptoms, or the signs, or whatever you saw with your patient. So all this means, my friend, is that when you went and assessed your patient at your nursing school clinical site, once you assess them, you have all of their information, all their data, and all that, their vital signs and everything that you did through your head-to-toe assessment, you need to pick out the signs and symptoms that they were showing that relate to that problem. So if, whatever NANDA nursing diagnosis that you chose, again, here on the inside cover, whatever diagnosis that you chose, you will go through your patient, we called it a database at my school, but whatever you wrote down for your, patient assessment for, whatever assignments you have for clinical, wherever you wrote out all of your patient data. It could be even in the charts, in your patient's chart. So wherever you wrote out all of their assessment data, the things that you assessed for, you will pick out those pieces of information that are relevant to that problem. So that problem and that is the etiology. So anything that is specifically related to that nursing diagnosis, that is what you will write here. Now, you don't have to write everything, because if you literally wrote down your whole head-to-toe assessment, then your care plan would be 50,000 pages long. Not really, but close. So we don't want to do that. We just want to pick out the information that is relevant, the signs and symptoms that are relevant to that nursing problem, to the NANDA nursing diagnosis, or to that etiology. So you see what I'm saying? So that's actually super, super easy, because once you've assessed your patient, all you have to do is then go through your nursing assessment and pick out the parts of your assessment that correspond to that nursing diagnosis. So this last piece here, that S, or the signs and symptoms, is what we call the as evidenced by, or the AEB. So as evidenced by, AEB, you'll probably see it either way. You could see it either way. So as evidenced by just means that these are the signs and symptoms that were shown that kind of corroborate or are evidence for me selecting that nursing diagnosis. So this is really nice and a really nice way for you to shine with your nursing instructor at a nursing school, because as you're kind of going through your head-to-toe assessment data, you want to make sure that you're picking out the signs and symptoms that actually apply to that nursing diagnosis. So like I said, you don't want to write everything down. You want to write the specific things that actually apply. And this is where you can really show your clinical instructor that you know what you're doing, that you know what you're talking about, because you're actually picking the data that is relevant to that nursing diagnosis and the pathophysiology and the etiology. See what I'm saying? So all of the assessment data that applies to that nursing diagnosis, that is what you will write in that signs and symptoms part of the nursing diagnosis of your care plan, the as evidenced by. So down below in the description, I did write kind of a full nursing diagnosis, not an example nursing diagnosis, but I wrote out what it should look like, how it's structured, the format, the PES format, the nursing diagnosis format. So it starts with the NANDA International Nursing Diagnosis Statement. Again, those are standardized, remember. So all you're doing is using your care plan book and then flipping on the inside cover and choosing one. That's all you gotta do. Choose one that's relevant for your patient. That's the most relevant for your patient, hopefully. Something that's like a priority for them that you want to change. So that is the first part of your nursing diagnosis. Now the second part is the related to factor, or the R/T. So that is that etiology of the PES statement, the etiology or the cause of what is happening. And now here's where I really recommend that you stretch yourself and try to figure out a pathophysiological cause for your nursing diagnosis. So that problem is the problem is the P of the PES statement. So problem, that's your NANDA nursing diagnosis. Now the E is the etiology, and that is the cause of what is happening. That's related to, that's the RT. So you'll have your NANDA nursing diagnosis, then it'll say RT, R/T, and you can see that in the description. I did write this all out. And then the last section is the as evidenced by, so AEB, or as evidenced by, and that is your signs and symptoms that you collected throughout your patient assessment or your head-to-toe assessment or whatever focus assessment or anything you did at clinical. So during your nursing school clinicals, just go through all that information and pick out the signs and symptoms that are relevant to that nursing diagnosis or to that problem and to your patient. So I hope that all makes sense. That is the PES statement of how to write a nursing diagnosis in nursing school. So P being the problem, E being the etiology, and so etiology means the cause, and then S for signs or symptoms, or the things that the assessment data that you collected at nursing school clinicals that kind of corroborate that problem and are evidence for why you chose it. So kind of the pattern goes, you'll have your nursing diagnosis related to the cause or the etiology as evidenced by AEB, those signs and symptoms that were relevant to the problem statement. So I hope this helped. Like I said when we started, do not forget to download the care plan template that I've got for you, totally free and totally amazing. So I really recommend that you print it off and use it every single time that you write a nursing school care plan. So just print it off, keep it with you in your clinical binder or your lecture binder or wherever, and bring it out every time you have to write a care plan, and use it kind of as a guide for you, because it's really comprehensive and it literally walks you through how to write a nursing care plan, a full nursing care plan, including the goals, including the interventions, and including the rationales that you need to include. So that will really help you kind of walk you through step by step for writing a nursing school care plan. It's kind of like I'm holding your hand every time you do it. So that'll be really exciting. So definitely down below in the description, click that link to download that care plan template, as well as there's also, I think 3 care plans that I've got there for you as well. So 3 free, totally free care plans that I've got for you in that kind of care plan pack. So I hope those help. I'm going to take a look at the comments. I see some comments that are coming through. Woohoo! 404 Bless, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. And Caitlin, oh, these comments, you guys, they go away so fast. Okay, first year nursing students, your videos have been a huge help. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you guys love our videos and that you found them so helpful. I feel so blessed and humbled that you're here. And you know, goodness gracious, I mean, I've made so many amazing friends doing this. I just love each and every one of you. You are the reason that we're here, and your success is the reason that I'm here. So I'm so happy to help. Keep those comments coming. And of course, like I said, download the free care plans and the care plan template that will, oh my gosh, it's just gonna help you so much. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will chat soon. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Take care. Bye.